Have you ever walked away from an argument with your teen and just sit there, heart pounding, wondering how it got so out of control so fast? And then that heavy guilt sets in because you didn't mean to yell, but they sure weren't going to listen until you did. If that's you, I've been in that exact chair, wondering if I was losing my grip or worse, losing my relationship with my child. Parenting without power struggles isn't about letting your teen walk all over you. It's about staying in control, keeping calm, and building trust. Even when they're rolling their eyes, talking back, or testing every ounce of patience you've got. And today, I'm going to give you 6 strategies to stop the cycle before it starts so you can parent confidently and protect the connection you've worked so hard to build. Over the years, I've coached so many moms who whispered the same thing to me. Keisha, I feel like my teen and I are on opposite sides of the battlefield. And I nodded because I knew exactly what they meant. I remember standing in my own kitchen once, hands shaking, arguing over, of all things, a hoodie. He wanted to wear it to school. I thought it was too dirty. 20 minutes later, the hoodie was still on the floor, and the tension in the air was thick enough to choke on. We weren't even talking about the hoodie anymore. We were both just trying to win. And in that moment, I realized even when you win, you lose. If you've ever had those moments where you think, this is not the mom I want to be, then I want you to stick with me. Because what I'm about to share is exactly what turned my conversations with my teens from tug of war matches into bridges. It is also what I teach in my book, Bridging the Teen Gap, where I walk you step by step through building trust without losing your authority. You can grab a copy via the link in the description after this video. But let's get you started right now. Here's the thing. Most of the time, a power struggle isn't even what it looks like. It's not about the chores, the curfew, or the hoodie. It's about control. It's about respect. It's about both sides digging in so deep that the original problem gets buried under hurt feelings or stubborn pride. One Saturday morning, my son was on the couch, phone in hand, ignoring me while I asked him again to take out the trash. He barely looked up. I could feel my voice getting sharper, my tone rising with every word. He said, "Why are you always on me?" Instead of stopping to think, I snapped back. "Because you never listen." It was like throwing gasoline on a fire. Next thing I knew, he was stomping away. I was slamming cabinet doors and the trash. Guess what? It was still sitting there. And here's the truth that hit me later. What I wanted wasn't the trash taken out. I wanted him to respect me. And the harder I pushed, the further I got from that. This week, the second you feel yourself moving away from the actual issue to trying to win, pause and ask yourself, am I arguing about the problem or am I fighting for control? That one question can save you hours of regret later. And the truth is, power struggles don't start out loud. They start quietly and in ways you don't even realize, which is why the next piece is figuring out what sparks them before they even begin. Many power struggles start quietly before a single word is even spoken. Your teen's mood, your tone, the timing of the request, it all matters. Teens are hypersensitive to perceived disrespect, and they often react to how we say something before they even process what we've said. I once asked my son to unload groceries right as he walked in from football practice. Sweaty and exhausted, he groaned, rolled his eyes, and I felt my frustration spike. In my head, I thought, how ungrateful. You're the one that's eating these groceries. But looking back, I realized I was the one setting us up for if I'd given him 5 minutes to shower and decompress, that conversation could have gone completely differently. I want you to write down triggers. 3 for you and 3 for your team. Notice patterns so you can adjust before the tension builds. Even when you know the triggers, you still need something in your back pocket to keep the tense moments from exploding. That's where the pause comes in. Pause is like hitting a reset button. It interrupts the emotional spiral and gives your brain space to choose the next move instead of reading. My son came in, slammed his bag on the floor, and muttered something under his breath. Old me, old me would have gone off completely. Excuse me? What did you just say? But I stopped. I took a slow breath. I looked away for a moment and gave him some space. Turns out his day had been brutal. The comment wasn't even about me. That pause, it saved us from a fight we didn't even need to have. Next time you feel yourself heating up, pause. Breathe. Even 5 seconds can be the difference between a blow up and a breakthrough. This is one of the exact skills that I teach in Bridging the Teen Gap. It's not about letting things slide. It's about holding your boundaries without damaging the relationship. Links in the description if you want to go deeper. Once you've created that space, the next step is making sure your team feels heard without giving up your authority. Validation tells your team, I hear you. I understand how you feel. And here's the secret. You can do it without agreeing with them. Here are some example phrases. I can see why you're frustrated. I hear you. And I get why that matters to you. One night, my son wanted to stay out later than usual. I said no. He got defensive, telling me all his friends' parents let them. I wanted to shut it down. Instead, I said, I hear you. I get why it feels unfair. He was still disappointed, but the heat was gone. He didn't feel dismissed. He felt understood. And that kept the door open for conversation. I want you to use one validating phrase in your next disagreement and watch how it changes the energy. When your teens feel heard, you earn influence. And influence is far more powerful than control. Trying to control a team is like holding water in your hand. The tighter your grip, the more you lose. Influence comes from guidance, respect, and trust. I used to say things like, you will clean your room now. And every time I'd get pushback. Then I shifted to, let's figure out a time today that works for you to clean your room. Same goal, less tension. And the room still got cleaned. This week, replace one command with a collaborative invitation. Even with influence, you still have moments you wish you could redo. That's why repair is crucial. Repair isn't about weakness. It's leadership. It says we can get back on track. 3 steps. Acknowledge what happened, own your parts, and invite a reset. After a rough argument, I told my son, last night got heated. I could have handled it better. Can we start over? His shoulders dropped. That was the first time in days I saw him relax around me. Repair teaches your team that conflict isn't the end. It's a step back toward connection. It's a step back toward connection. If you've had a recent blow up, initiate repair today. Every time you choose calm over conflict, validate instead of escalate, and repair instead of retreat, you're reinforcing trust. That's exactly what I teach step by step in Bridging the Teen Gap. So you never have to wonder if you're doing enough to keep your teen close. The link is in the description. Stop the struggle. Know your triggers. Pause before reacting. Validate without agreeing. Shift from control to influence, and repair when needed. These tools don't just stop the fights, they build a relationship that lasts. Remember, you're not just raising a teen, you're shaping the adult that they will become. They're watching how you handle conflicts. Every moment is a chance to teach respect through example. If you want to take this further, watch my next video, What Emotionally Intelligent Moms Do Differently and Why It Works with Teens. I'll see you over there.